Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Camp coming on. I was thinking about uh, Naomi and Ruth. I'm reading that book right now. And some of the things that stood out to me was what made Ruth follow Naomi? Naomi had lost her husband, she lost both her sons, and she no longer had anything tangible to offer her two daughter-in-laws. So she told them basically, I need you guys to go back to your family so you can get the help you need. I love Naomi's character because she didn't ask them to stay with her to help her. She would rather for them to go back home to their family so they can get their needs met because she could no longer meet those needs. So what made Ruth stay? Why she stay? So it would be a lot of different responses on here based on our culture, belief systems, and background and perspectives. Because it doesn't say like why she stayed. So from my background and culture, I surmise that she stayed because of Naomi's character. Naomi must have demonstrated some character uh, as she led her family, as she was a wife to her husband, as she was a mother-in-law to them. She had to have something else that was valuable in her besides wealth and power or shelter. Those things didn't matter. After she lost those things, Ruth still wanted to connect with her. So the only thing I surmise is it had to be Naomi's character. Naomi, and this is not, none of this is in the scripture, this part, but this is my interpretation of what I think could have happened based on my background and beliefs and my particular passion. I think it was character. I think she stayed because of uh, Naomi's character. She basically, maybe she was nice to her. Maybe she was favorable. She didn't have favorites. Maybe she talked to her. Maybe she prayed with her. Maybe she ministered to her. Maybe she treated her husband well. Maybe she treated the animals well. Who knows what Naomi did. But whatever she did, allow and made Ruth want to remain with her. And as a result, if you read the rest of the story, Ruth made a great decision because later she was blessed. She was very blessed. Both of them were blessed. So, what I would like to say, what I surmise out of all of that is that it's not about how much money a person have. It's not about people's titles. It's not about that. It's about how you treat people, how you treat your children, how you treat your parents, how you treat your siblings, how you treat your cousins, how you treat somebody, a street person, how you treat the person when you're driving in the car, how do you treat people in the stores and supermarkets, how do you treat people? So who wants to stay with us after they witness how we treat people on a day-to-day basis? Will we find a Ruth trying to stay with us in the midst of a famine, in the midst of you not having anything, and yet they still want to hang out with you? So what Ruth was looking for was intangible. Because as you read the story in the beginning, you see that Naomi lost everything. But Ruth was like, look, your God is going to be my God. Wherever you lay your head, I'm laying my head. She was even talking about she death couldn't part them. So that ministered to me because you think about what people need today, and we definitely need money. We need money to survive, to pay bills. You got to have some type of income to pay bills. You have to. But that's not everything. It's not everything. Your character really matters. Character really matters. So let us be nice to people. Treat our family members kind. Love our brothers and our sisters. less judgment and more curiosity. Like more like asking somebody, what do you think about that? I wonder why you did that. I wonder why you said that. Instead of she meant this or he meant that. Be nice to people. And that's when the Ruths in your life will come forth. A lot of times people that got money and they have titles, they like people just trying to use me for my money and my titles or whatever, seeing what they can get out of me. But just be nice to people. Because that wouldn't matter anymore. Because they were like, this is just a nice person. They treat people nice. I have a lot of people in my life that treat me very nice. They have won my soul over because of how nice they are to me. They are very nice. And not just me, but they're nice to everybody in their life. I love that about them. I love that. They can never ever get rid of me. I love them so much because of how nice they treat me. Not because of their money, not because of their power or lack of money and power. But they're nice to me. So sometimes people are in your life and your Ruths will rise up when they see you being nice and kind and gentle and exhibiting the fruit of the Spirit. That's in Galatians chapter 5. Gentleness. I like for people to be gentle with me. I try my best to be gentle with people. And when I'm upset, I say, give me a minute. Give me a minute. I need to process this. Because you can't ignore your emotions either. If you're upset, you're upset. You can't say, I'm not going to feel it. If you better feel it, you better feel it. Because if you don't feel it, that's going to wind up being a trauma in your life. It's going to be an unresolved issue. So you got to feel it. But when I get upset, I say, give me a minute. Let me process. I process it. I identify how I felt, disappointed, hurt, angry, frustrated, whatever it is. I would say, I was a little frustrated. I was upset. But then I don't allow that emotion to control me. I said, but I'm okay now. So we can finish this conversation. What were you saying? So I dealt with the emotion. And I was able to be honest and transparent. And that person allowed me to do that and process. And as a result of that, we remain close. Those are the kind of people that I like to have in my life. And I think that from my background belief system, I would like to believe that that's what Ruth saw in Naomi. That's another thing she saw in Naomi. So I'm looking at Ruth like what I would have thought, how I would have felt, what I would have been looking for. And that's something I would have been looking for in a person. So it's not always about your title and your credentials and how smart you are and how rich you are and how powerful you are. But sometimes it's just because you're nice. Healing comes when people are just really nice to you. So that's what I surmise that's happening in the story of Naomi and Ruth. I like thinking that because that's something that I would want. That's a reason why I will follow somebody. That's why my mentors and my spiritual moms in my life, I stick around them because they're nice to me. Very nice. They treat me good. I'm spoiled. And my Lancaster friends, I love them so much. They are very nice to me. They're my new family. They know how much I love them. They changed my life by being nice to me. They're very, very nice to me and to all the people around them. Not just me, but they are just nice people. So that's my rendition of why I think Ruth followed Naomi when Naomi had no money. She didn't have, her husband was dead, her sons were dead. She didn't have anything anymore. So Ruth was like, I am going with you no matter what. So she hung on to her, and I believe it was because of her character. That's just my rendition, and that is not in the Bible. But I think the reason why Ruth followed her, that's from my perspective and my belief system, and and but where how I see things. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're clear that that was not in the Bible. It's just the way I see it. So what do you how do you see it? How do you see Ruth? What do you think? Why do you think Ruth ran after Naomi? Why do you think she was like, no matter what, I'm staying with you? What do you think it was? I would love to hear it. So put it in the comments. That would be so cool. So I can get some new perspectives on why do you think Ruth stayed? Why do you stay in relationships? I just shared mine's. What's yours? So this is Dr. Camp signing off. Have a great day. God bless you. Bye.